Share the stream, y'all.
That's what we're doing, brother.
Which is a long-range acoustic device.
Hello, everybody. It is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. Sharing the stream of CJTV. This is Bellvview, Washington. And just some brief backstory. There is a dinner, a fundraising dinner in support of the Seattle Police Department being conducted at a hotel in downtown Bellvview, Washington. There's a group of Back the Blue, there's a group of Antifa, and there's a group of Bellevue Police. And the group of Antifa was marching towards the hotel where the fundraiser was being held. They have since now begun moving back away from that area to a park where they had been staging. The
Bellrad's getting nicer every time they come out, man. Like, there's a lot of please and thank yous, which I'm not used to hearing. Usually, just deem it an disorderly or unlawful assembly. Now we get escalated to a riot.
And they're not being referred to as Antifa, they're being referred to as the Black Bloc. So when you hear that term, those with the umbrellas and there we go, center stage right now. You see police following them on bikes and on foot. Again, this is Bellvview, Washington, and it's CJTV.
I don't know, so I'm assuming that they probably don't have a protest permit, which is kind of one of those things where you have a police escort. And this is a direct, you know.
The officers give you a lawful direction. Please follow that direction.
Again, this is Bellevue, Washington, and a group that they are calling the Black Bloc, formerly referred to as Antifa, began marching towards a hotel where a fundraiser was being held for Seattle police. Antifa had been staged at a park, and they're pushing them back in that direction.
He said there's no signs of rain. He is not wrong.
But again, we will not tolerate acts of violence for property destruction. Please follow the directions of the police officers and your equipment. These are lawful commands. You are currently in violation of the law by occupying the street.
So I let him know right now that they're currently in violation of the law by occupying the street. And like I said, guys, if you remember 1 year ago, basically almost to a week or the month when we were down here, like the entire Bellevue Way was completely looted. You had all of Bellevue Square Mall was ripped apart. As I pulled in, people were coordinating to get down to the South Center Mall. And so what they're saying now is kind of like they're not going to allow any kind of destruction, violence of any kind to take place here. So Squeaky wheels.
Again, it's Bellvview, Washington. It is live. A fundraiser going on at a hotel for Seattle police, and a group calling themselves or being referred to as the Black Bloc began marching towards that hotel. They've been pushed a good 3 blocks away by an overwhelming number of police. Police not escalating.
It's an illegal. They're saying it's illegal. They're saying it's an illegal gathering, but they're also saying they're trying to keep this event safe. So they've got, I guess, like a duty to serve on that level, right? Serve and protect. That being said, they're also letting these folks know that this has been deemed an illegal protest and illegal march due to the fact they're occupying lanes of traffic. So, they're kind of in a situation now where they're going to just march around. I mean, I would imagine that statements are being made, by showing up, and you're getting. But what he's saying right now is interesting because he's calling them out for their outfits and their umbrellas. It's very interesting. As he's saying like this, we're saying the obvious, right? Like, I'm gonna shut up and let you guys listen.
Again, if you're just joining us, welcome. It is CJTV stream from Bellvview, Washington. A fundraiser for the Seattle police going on at a hotel about 4 blocks away now. And this group you see and others that have since dispersed.
You're currently violating law, creating an ongoing public safety hazard by walking in the middle of the street, hours of darkness, wearing dark clothing.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Hours of darkness, wearing dark clothing.
Creating a safety hazard by wearing dark clothing and then hours of darkness, and plus having umbrellas out when there's no sign of rain, as umbrellas can be used for offensive attack weapons. They announced that a little bit earlier. The group called the Black Bloc was marching towards the hotel where the fundraiser for the Seattle police was underway, and about a half a block away, they were met with a large number of Bellview police who have since routed them, again, about 4 blocks away. And they've done so without escalating. Seattle, Washington, Bellview, Washington, it is 8:30, so it's just starting to get dark. And they're trying to tell this group the various laws they're breaking in advance of them getting arrested. And you can see police starting to come up. They'll come up on the side now from the sidewalk. I'm predicting the first person arrested is the guy in the ball jacket, the leather jacket with the white sleeves. That is.
And I would imagine that it's not dark enough, there's not a big enough group for it to turn violent. But that happens, right? Not by the crazy. No, it's just. I was saying how Seattle can go home. I need Seattle police here. Seattle police here? Bro, this is all Seattle police. Not these guys right here. All of them are. I haven't even noticed. The vast majority of these spots here are Seattle police. CRG team. There you go. Oh, you're right. These yellow guys right here. These are the East Precinct. These yellow is the East Precinct folks. If I remember right. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, this is a joint police situation. They got the Seattle PD, the roller team, and they got Bellview. But again, this you guys, it's a small group. I would imagine it's probably not. I think somebody said I knew they were Seattle police because those wheels are way too squeaky.
This is the Bellevue Police Department. You're starting to spray into the opposite lane of traffic, and we're approaching a very busy intersection. On the traffic.
And it's wild, guys. So this is the intersection. Like when I first started, y'all, like a year ago. This is where they had the microphone was out, and I remember at the very front you had like Raz Simone was right out here. You had some incredible speakers that were out in the street, and then right behind them, you had like looting and like I'm talking like every building was getting broken into. But the police, it was interesting. We're only around the people that are in the street that were kind of like, you know, hands up, don't shoot, folks. Like I said before. And then they pulled out the SWAT team, and then a vehicle actually drove through that crowd right through the intersection. And that's when the tear gas came out and things went sideways. But at that time, it was again the protest was happening, and it was just a terrible combination of like violence and destruction on one side of the street and a protest of message on the other. So we're looking at about 8:35 here in Seattle. These police are getting their steps in. He's everywhere, actually, man. Like legit, I see him all the time. Yeah, he's out there. He's making a statement.
On Bellevue Way, one of the busiest thoroughfares in the city. You're creating ongoing safety hazard for yourself. We're trying to get you onto the sidewalks. This event can remain safe for everyone. You're having to close down public streets around here, which means disruptions to transit and other traffic. They are not seeing you or getting your message. If you want to get your message across, please do so according to the law. We're getting the
So he's saying in order to get your message heard, get the sidewalk, and your message will be heard, and you'll be safe. Which, and you guys, I know you agree for this, but I appreciate that. While this is a peaceful march, you know, maybe angry, but it's peaceful. There's been no violence, no destruction. There's no permits right now that are saying, you know, this is a legitimate protest. So, but when it comes down to the disruption factor, I would much rather see this than a lot of the alternatives that we've seen throughout the course of the last year. Which is to say that the message, I would love to hear from them. You know what they're.
That's what I was about to say. There's no message for them to get out, as far as I know.
The issue is that this group itself is not going to speak to anybody, so we're kind of stuck in a bit of a stalemate there. However, provided it stays peaceful and non-violent, non-destructive, the disruption factor is what they're going for, and that's what they're getting. So, hate me if you want, y'all. Just saying. We're talking about the facts here.
No, you're speaking facts. They are disrupting. They're doing so peacefully, but the cops are telling them to get on the sidewalk and express their First Amendment rights and get their message out. But we don't hear messages from them.
Please do not use a laser. Please do not show a laser in anybody's eyes.
Oh, that's not good. Yes. So somebody with a laser pointer. If you're just joining us, Bellview, Washington's the location. A small group known as the Black Bloc, currently retreating. They made it about a half a block away from a hotel where a Seattle Police Department fundraiser is underway. A group of Back the Blue in front of that hotel, as well as police. And this group was gathering in a park. They had staged in a park, and they're being pushed away from that area at the moment, or directed away from that area. And now the police ring begins to tighten, if you will. They've been warned several times, and
So apparently there was a little scuffle between one of these streamers up here and
some members of the Seattle Police Department are here.
Welcome to the city, bud.
This is the Bellvview Police Department. You're currently creating an ongoing safety hazard by being in the.
Okay, they've moved to the sidewalks.
You're encouraging you to express your personal rights in a safe manner.
So now the police have asked me to go to the sidewalk, and they have gone to the sidewalk. So. So I wonder what's going to happen now. Now that they have gone to the sidewalk.
Your First Amendment right does not allow you to commit acts of violence or property destruction.
This is interesting. I think they're probably going to use the crosswalk.
Expression of your rights, but we will not tolerate violence or property destruction. Most of this area is currently being recorded by cameras.
You have no idea how many cameras are recording this area.
Got quiet.
If you're just joining us, welcome.
2-minute break.
Bellview, Washington is the location, and a bit of cat and mouse going on between a group that has been classified as the Black Bloc with umbrellas and traditional black outfits, and the police of both Bellevue and Seattle. And we thank CJ from CJ TV.
Hey, how are you?
Okay, so we've got a Back the Blue element that is, let's see, is now screen right as I'm looking at it in the monitor, and then the Black Bloc on the opposite corner. So I hope this is just a big standoff, and people just yell at each other and everybody goes home safely. I haven't said hello yet. Hello to everybody in the chat. Actually, I've got it shrunk down because I've had the screen big. T-Rex, Salty Granny, Carpe Diem, Jimmy's waiting on footage of that. Hopefully there is body cam footage. There was only one officer involved in that, and he shot. I don't have the guy's name in front of me. I remember his middle name was Daryl, but he was shot in his car, reaching down, supposedly, and police officer fired 7 rounds, 6 of which hit the man. He did not have any weapons. He had a gram of, just under a gram, actually, I believe was the report of powder cocaine and in one sock, and like a gram, 1.7 gram or something like that of crack cocaine in the other sock. And waiting on some kind of footage of that. Somebody's cell phone footage, somebody's body cam. So that's the update on that, Jimmy. Why did he reach down? I don't know. I've pulled when I've been pulled over, I've gotten my license out of my pocket and dropped it and bent down and picked it up, and it's never been a problem. I'm not saying that's what he did. He was probably bending down to try to get the drugs out of his socks, to be honest with you, but that's no reason to shoot somebody. Salty Granny, the family did get to view the tapes. That's in the previous episode. The episode that has, it goes from Jerusalem to Washington, D.C., to London, England, to Elizabeth City, North Carolina.
We welcome First Amendment rights, freely expressed and peacefully, but we're not going to tolerate acts of violence or public destruction.
I think what we're going to see here tonight is just people yelling at each other and going home, and that's always a good way for these things to end. I will add, Salty Granny, that the previous episode to this, the previous live, where the family talks after coming out from viewing the tapes, the episode before that one, I had a guy named Soul, Soul. He goes by Soul, from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. He's wanted me to use some of his footage before, and he's got some good stuff. I had him on live, well, recorded live, and he told me some things that had not been heard, and he told me he had some stuff, and he's got footage of things that will eventually become evidence if this case is prosecuted. So the last 2 episodes are worth going back and at least scanning through in case you missed them. The man who kicked the door in, threatening the woman. I'm not sure on that one, Jimmy. Send me a little more information, or if you got a link or something, send it to American Doofus, all one word, at gmail.com, and I'll look into it. Okay, on one corner you got a guy saying Jesus is weed. On the other corner you've got police officers on bicycles. On a third corner you've got Back the Blue with a line of police on bicycles in front of them, separating them from people shouting "Save a life by killing a Nazi." So incredible juxtaposition of ideologies meshing together here in Bellvview, Washington. Oh, thank you, darling. I'm not aware of that, but I'll look into it.
Sorry, ultraviolet, sorry. It's so they're protesting against the benefit dinner, and the protest, like I said, has been nonviolent. It's been non-destructive, and to be clear, like you guys, again, everyone wants to kind of villainize everybody, but we got to look at what the facts are. Like they asked them to get out of the street, they got out of the street, and you can hate me if you want, guys. We're talking facts right now. These are just the things that are happening right now. There's been no destruction, no violence. You may not like the group, you know what I mean? But again, that's all about your opinions and maintaining your views. So what I'm trying to say right now, though, is like we're seeing something right now that's actually maybe it's a sign of change. I don't know. I would like to believe it is. You know what I mean? That maybe there's other ways to get a point across. So, but it is early. You know what I mean? Just KEG over on YouTube says just wait. Big shout out to everybody that's in here right now. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. You guys share the stream out. I really appreciate it. And
again, CJ and I have been talking. We're going to have him on the show here coming up. Talk about some of the stuff that he's been through.
Have conversations, man. These are opportunities for you guys to have discussions that might, you know, elicit some better understanding as to what's going on, or you know.
Really strong, I know. Guy holding up a sign, Jesus is weed. I don't know. There he is right now.
What's up, Jesse?
The guy in the blue suit is the one that has the Jesus is weed sign. There's a guy in Indianapolis that's trying to start the Church of Cannabis to be tax deductible and to use cannabis as a religious sacrament legally in Indiana, because weed's not legal here.
Exercising your amendment rights. If it's the protest. Again, hold yourself to a standard though, because at a point, your group is going to be looked at as a collective. And so if somebody in your group does something destructive or violent, there you go. Your entire group is culpable. I'm using the word properly. So that being said, the police on the same side there, patriot groups, same side there. Like any group that you want to look at, it's all on that same spectrum of holding each other to a higher level of accountability. So appreciate that, Patricia. This is live. This is live in Bellvview, Washington. Downtown. Yeah, Julie, you already know I am.
This is the Bellvview Police Department. We welcome the safe and peaceful expression of First Amendment right in a content-neutral manner. We are here to help protect that.
DRD, there is a
I don't know this thing about it. I thought North Carolina was going to turn violent. Nothing happened there because the group held itself to a higher standard.
absolutely the people of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Shout out to all of you out there if you happen to be watching. What's going on here is in the hotel that's on one of the corners that I'll point out when the camera goes back to it.
One side that's going to go ahead and back the blue, and they feel like their rights as people are need to be protected. These folks are here feel like those
Let me grab a. Okay, real quickly, one side, directly in the background is a hotel. That hotel is hosting a fundraising dinner for Seattle Police Department here in Bellvview, Washington. A group calling themselves the Black Bloc began marching towards said dinner, and an overwhelming number of bicycle patrol police from both Bellevue and Seattle, who have come down here to provide security for the fundraiser, drove them basically back and around the block in order to secure the area and direct them to one corner of it where they could stand on the sidewalk and express their opinions. So that's basically what happened. Everything was handled. The police handled it as well as I've seen police handle situations. However, the crowd was really small. The police did not try to escalate. Now somebody tried to shoot a laser into one of the cops' eyes, and that kind of honked them off. But they didn't attack. They circled up and kept directing them back to where they wanted them, which is where they're at right now. And the place is basically surrounded. There you see more cops. And we'll go back to CJ.
Something worse happening.
Please do not throw items into the street.
What are those? Oh, it's bacon.
This is the Bellevue Police Department. Please do not light items on fire. That creates a safety hazard for everyone. That constitutes a crime of arson.
So yeah, what you're looking at was bacon.
I'm sorry.
This is the Bellevue Police Department. Any objects on fire will be protected by your First Amendment right. Please do not engage in property destruction.
So now we're going to look at this is the hotel where the fundraiser is, and the back the Blue Patriot Group.
One of the two. Bacon per pound is the cost of a gallon of gas.
No doubt. Don't waste the bacon.
Joe, thank you for the bits. You guys, sorry I'm not able to keep up a lot when there's things happening out in front of me here. It's hard for me to keep track, but I appreciate the subscriptions over on Facebook. Subscribers, you guys got a lot of free.
Actually, Kimberly, there hadn't been any mention of Trump by any group. But it's still early and they've got time to get together.
wearing a strong layer of Dracar Noir, which is how you can smell him apparently.
Wow. That's the first time I've heard that on the live stream.
Well, David, it was both. There was a combination for you guys that were not sure what was going on. It was bacon and a flag, to be clear. And we had a conversation with the guy earlier about the flag that he had to bury. And what I think is interesting is that he had American flag tape on his shoulder. And that's one of the arguments I hear a lot is that, the flag shouldn't be printed on flip-flops or on swim trunks or on paper plates, things of that nature. Because every time it's used, it's kind of a defamation of the flag. So, could have been turkey bacon. You don't know. You don't know that.
Oh, Granny, it was, he said he could tell the guy from his smell because he had an extra strong layer of something noir on.
Did I say defamation? You get what I'm saying. No, I don't personally agree with it. It's upsetting for me to see it happen. No, this person, I don't know what her deal is, but she's trying to educate this gentleman on the right. There's a pretty loud voice in the crowd. The image of a flag is not the same as an official flag. Yeah, Emma, I was just making a point, but a lot of people have said that.
Kimberly, I totally understand why you say that.
This is in downtown Bellvview, Washington. No. My name's CJ.
You're CJ.
Yeah.
I'm Cynthia. I've known you since the very beginning. I'm going to hit you up. I want to talk to you.
Who's good?
I'm going to Minneapolis for the sunset.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure I'll be there. Yeah, sure I'll be there actually for the scene.
Black Noir smells amazing on men.
He's around here somewhere. Got a hands-free setup going. Yeah.
It's really good to see you.
Likewise. Hit me up.
I will. Messenger?
Yeah, please. Yeah. Asking if a patriot, or you would talk to him. What? This is the same. I mean, this standoff. Actually, you guys, this is surprising because, like I said, the yellow bandana, I believe, is from the East Precinct up in Capitol Hill. It is? Okay, yeah. So I'm right. So these are the same officers that were involved in the Capitol Hill Occupy protest. So that station that was occupied or was abandoned is the home station for these officers here. And this is the exact same standoff line that we saw last year, right there in Capitol Hill. I mean, I'm talking right on Broadway and Pine, moving up to 12th and Pine, right up through Capitol Hill protest right there. And you had your umbrellas and you had your front line, like your blockade, which are going to be all the officers on bicycles. And then you've got, like I said, usually it's going to be like your arrest teams behind them. And I mean, this is going right back to last summer.
By the book.
Same host of characters, actually. The only difference we don't have right here is a rainbow flag running right across this intersection right here, which would be Broadway and Vine. And some caution tape possibly, so. Ron says he's moving on up. Difference is Chaz group is 20 people now. Well, you know what the thing is? So we got the 1 year coming up here next month, and I know they have some things planned, which I'm actually really excited about, to tell you the truth, because there was an element in the chop and through that entire protest that wasn't represented through the collective of the understanding that the world saw, which was there was educational opportunities, there was conversations that took place there before things became so exclusive. People were allowed to come and go and ask questions, get answers, and educate themselves like I did. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to seeing that. You know what I mean? As I move forward and people have those conversations. And real fast, anybody who has issues with any news network, you guys, it's your issue with them. You know what I mean? I've been supported by people on all sides, including PT. So yeah, it's a conversation happening there. And you're never going to hear me say anything bad about people wanting to get facts from different sources. So we've got streamers out here that are straight up Tifa streamers right now. That are with Antifa, that are hardcore block streamers. You know what I mean? And I'll sit down and have a coffee and maintain friendships with anyone of them. Because the protest is a protest when you're stating your opinion. People, we should all be allowed to do that. We should all be allowed to have relationships with people that aren't predicated by, overarching viewpoints that are going to deter us from being able to communicate as human beings. I'll get grief for it, I know, but it's okay. Brittany, what are you saying? Do you see the same type of protesters, or do you see what you want? I see what I'm seeing right in front of me. If that's any representation of anything, you guys are seeing exactly what I'm seeing. So, yeah, I've got friends on both sides. One of my best friends growing up, Zach, he was an officer at the East Precinct before, back in the day. He's a great guy. Played Little League together, grew up. Still one of my best friends in the day. And that was a very personal attachment there. I've got people that have, that are blocked up, maybe not here right now because you can't tell who's who, but that feel strongly about their, about the movement and about whatever protest they have to be part of. And that's, again, their place to protest. So. Hey, you guys don't have to agree with me on anything because I'm not really telling you anything that needs to be agreed with. I'm just telling you how I feel personally. So. Yeah, Ron G, there you go. I encourage you guys to watch every stream you can get your hands on. And I'm talking streams, people that are out here right now, and you can tune in, I guarantee if you search Bellvview, I'm not going to be offended if you go to another channel. Or you can pull it up on YouTube, watch a couple of split channels. But I'm telling you, you get an opportunity to hear different conversations, different viewpoints, different opinions, and it's up to you to go ahead and source your information from as many places as possible. Rather than just being blindsided into believing whatever kind of echo chamber people get stuck in. So.
And that's how independent media works, and that's why I love being a part of it. Okay, I'm back up here. Hey, Knuckles, what's going on?
Yes, thank you to the mods for being so active in my stream and working your butts off to do it. Oh, is Q in here? What up, Q? Tom, don't you ever talk about John Lennon? They're protesting here. So to be clear, so in the Hyatt Hotel right here, they're having a benefit dinner for the Seattle Police Department, which is why you're seeing, I believe, maybe it's just for backup, but a combination of Bellevue Police, Seattle Police. They've all kind of collectively been out here. They've got these folks over here that are back to blue. I don't see any of the dudes that were out here.
That's what I was just about to say. The black to blue dudes are gone, except one guy with a flag.
And then you've got, the block over here in protest. So.
Philly Strong, I'm surprised it hadn't happened already. Actually, I because you attack the power grid and you take down the internet, and that's how most of us communicate. And somebody mentioned T-Rex mentioned propaganda, and a lot of propaganda gets out over the.
Guys, if you want to see some normal protest situations or some protests, like watch the stream from North Carolina. That was great. It was a peaceful protest. They had strong views about policing themselves and making sure that no one came from the outside and destroyed property and collectively, deface their city. So,
thank you, man. We've been pointing eyes to Elizabeth City every day. The only way to really attack a country of our size without nuclear weapons on a large scale is either by biologically, which a lot of people think COVID-19 might have been an intentional thing, or you attack us by hitting the water and food supply, or you take down communications and power. And I want to finish my thought here. And in the times we are in now, without communications, without power, there's going to be a lot of suspicion and mistrust and acts that wouldn't otherwise might not happen. I'm not going to say wouldn't, simply because of misinformation, of things that happen now on a big scale, but it will be even worse if we don't have communications, if we don't have power, especially if it happens during a hot streak, when people are dying from overheating and dehydrating. Yeah. I'm not saying, I'm just saying I'm surprised it hasn't happened. I'm not saying who's going to do it. I don't know if it'll be hackers. I don't know. I haven't had Chris on in a long time because things have been really busy, but Chris is a really smart dude. And he messaged me that, don't forget to mention that there are Iranian terror cells in Washington, D.C. So you never know where we're going to get hit from or by who. And all the bikes just left. I'm not sure why this guy's in a suit standing over here with, he's got an earpiece in. I'm guessing this is a federal agent standing over here. Yeah.
The Bellvview Police Department, the roads and intersections are now open. Be mindful of traffic going all
so they opened up traffic.
Oh yes, in the south. Yes, the south and the southeast because of the ransomware hack of the pipeline, Colonial Pipeline, I believe is the name of it. The south and the southeast are having gas shortages, price gouging, some places limiting the amount you can purchase. So be aware of all that, and it may start to spread. I imagine it will. I'm guessing the dinner's over.
Black people
Yeah, thank you, CJ. I'm not real crazy about when white people start discussing what they think black people should be doing amongst themselves without
So what brings you out, sir?
black people there to
Yes, sir. Pardon me? Sorry. Where are you from? North Bend. You got that accent though. New York. Okay, tell me, if you wouldn't mind, the difference that you
This
see
will be
in
interesting.
now as to how it was while you were on the force in New York.
Oh, when I was growing up in New York, chopping down the street swinging like the Billy Club, you know, us kids get out of the way.
Did you have more of like
Intimidation.
a liaison officer back in the day in New York?
No, we had a bunch of Irish cops back in New York. They didn't take out this crap from anybody.
Oh, you're talking like some hardcore heavies.
We were afraid and we respected it.
What do you think? What do you feel about the police force now and the way that they're policing and the way that they're either encouraged to or not permitted to police?
I was in state patrol last night. I didn't do it hard.
Right. Is this kind of thing hard for you to see? Is this kind of thing hard for you to see?
I was around when they had the riots in LA and the Vietnam War. It was in Vietnam when they were rioting.
That's what talking. The National Guard was there. People were being shot at.
Oh, that was Kent State. That was an old before that.
Oh, okay.
I think we were burning down LA. Anti-war. It was the same as this one. And then the WTA riot.
Yeah, I was in Seattle for that one as well. Well, I appreciate you taking time. Absolutely, absolutely. You said you're a tourist, huh? Is that what I heard? Was that?
I'm the event organizer. That's why we're not to get up there.
Oh, okay.
I'm already the docs twice.
Oh, okay. The event, like this event?
This police rally here. I'm the event organizer.
Oh, okay. So for like this protest, the back to blue.
Common sense or
CJTV.
okay. So it's actually pretty big outfit, isn't it?
We okay. Yeah.
That's pretty active.
I just saw that. I looked at on the screen right now. I was like, that's pretty confident. Mustard packet in my jeans. Boom. That's a soundbite for the ages right there.
Oh no. Don't bite me, please.
It's gonna be definitely is a soundbite. Well, you know.
Did you work with compounding, common sense, conservative, a lot of them?
No, I'm 100% independent, man. I run out coast to coast and do my best to capture the most. Yeah, Steve, sorry, I can't chat right now. I'm in the middle of coverage. Watch out, that'd be rolling. So you got the police coming in from both sides here.
yeah.
You got the block out in the middle here with their umbrellas.
My prediction was this guy right here is going to be the first one arrested.
I think it's bolted down, I hope.
Hey, you guys want us out of here? If you want us out, we'll leave. We don't want to make your guys' job.
Roll away on me. Goodness.
That's not it. That's not it. Hey.
Okay, now everybody's on the same block. You can see there may be 15, 20 at the most black block, and they're totally surrounded by police, and police separating them from the remainder of the back, the blue.
I'm not on this side. I'm just here. I'm not on their side. Look, what do you guys really believe anyway? Why can't we be like, Norway, they haven't killed, police haven't killed anyone in 10 years. Why can't we be like that? Why can't we be more like Norway? Mask on. Shut the fuck up. It's a costume, you kid. I'm a mascot. It's a costume. Yeah. Okay. No, for real, tell me. Police in Norway haven't killed anyone in 10 years. Why can't we be more like that? What do you want to do? Do you want to continue the way things are here? Or now that they've outed me, let's have this conversation. This is a real fact. Police in Norway have not killed anyone in the last 10 years. If they can do it there, they can do it here. What's the problem?
Norway's a country that is.
I wasn't sure you're asking.
What do you want to do going forward? Do you want to continue the way it is now? The police killed way more people in this country than they do in other countries. We kill each other.
Well, we have way more people in this country. I'm just, devil's advocate here. Dude, compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. Too many people are killed by police here, but
2% of the American population, we have the most diverse population in the entire world. Like, we have so many different cultures from so many different places. And for 300 years, we've managed subversion together. And it's been pretty good, man. Like, we've been doing really good.
Yeah.
That shit is literally, bro, yoga teachers are CrossFit now, bro. It didn't work. That crossing, did this. Push this side, just so I went to the school district, the first school district in the nation, like at school district where I went to school. And yeah, we got along fine, man. I have friends all kinds of different years, bro. 10 years, bro. I did. I seen it. You're gonna see it, bro. You're on TV. I see it too, man. It's already happening in Tacoma. It's already happening, bro. It works, man. It's just the Skyler now, dude. I swear. I'm just telling you. I'm not telling you. I'm just telling you. First thing I'm saying, you obviously have the same thing. I'm a little more south than I was. I'm just thinking, like, this isn't productive. For me, it is. I'll be productive. I'm just kidding. I've been hanging out with them all day. Actually, the first thing that happened to me when I got here was someone tried to stick their dog on me. I people condoned it. No, they did. No, I swear. It's like your friend right here. Look right here. He was the first. But I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed.
How about your dad?
How did you try to attack me? Oh, yeah, that's true. It's true, dude.
that is true.
Actually, I was going to come out here and I see a goddamn thing and take pictures. I was even streaming it. I've been digging this thing. So why are you hanging out with us? Like,
It's not at the start of our stream, but it is at the start of when CJ came on.
What do you think we should do? Just continue the way it is?
I think we have a people problem that's not due to race. I think it's due to how we raise our children.
Why does that happen in places like Sweden? Do they raise the kids differently?
Well, they have a lot less freedoms than we do. Like, I mean, you can't say stuff like kill all cops. We have the First Amendment right. We have the Second Amendment right. We have a lot more rights than all these other countries. We're the most free people in the entire world. You know?
We have to without the crime, without the police shooting.
Where does the gun violence come from?
I think it's because
you see somebody reaching in their pocket, they see. They don't assume that in Japan or Norway or other countries don't have the same word. They just don't have the same rules.
Okay, I'm just going to say January 6th proved one thing, that if people are angry enough, they'll use whatever is around as a weapon. They don't have to have guns to kill people, including killing police officers on January 6th. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Liberated by Nazi Germany. Who were not raised right and not taught proper values and not given proper education on how to live a good life. Does it come from me owning 2 AR-15s, or does it come from people growing up listening to music about shooting drugs and shooting cops? Like, where does yeah, it's a lot bigger here. It's a lot bigger here. There's guns there?
No, that's the thing.
Oh.
Wait, you're agreeing with me. You're agreeing with me. They have real gun control. That's why, I mean, the frustrating thing is most people, black lives out of protesters, or think the black lives, it's not really that.
What do you guys think? I got a question for both of you. So my comments are here. When we talk about gun control, gun control applies to anybody with the guns. We're talking, be it law enforcement or otherwise. Do you feel that the use of lethal force is something that's becoming too common of a practice today in the current situation that we're in?
Great question, my dude.
Lethal force.
Lethal force?
With the police.
Police? Man, I think if you don't do anything illegal to begin with, then there's no reason for them to have a gun pulled on you. You know? Like, we're not doing anything. They're not pulling guns on us. They're not really doing anything. They're not pulling guns on them. Like, we're just here sort of peacefully having a conversation-ish, you know?
But the question they're asking was the use of lethal force.
Use of lethal force.
Like, and this is the question people keep asking. Do you feel that that's too readily the result? Lethal force in situations no problem in either.
A lot of money going to training. I think you can have that here, but they're trying to, like, train to de-escalate a lot. But, no, I think if, you know, there's a guy who's stealing, like, a taser and pointing a taser, like what happened last year, dude stole a taser while he was on the ground and pointed at the cop. The cop shot him. Like, he had a weapon pointed at the officer. You forfeited your right to live right there. Like,
You're not answering the question.
well, why you fired that taser? Also, it was already fired. And then they came after they knew that it was already fired.
I mean, they would have been justified in arresting him if he fired the taser without his wrist. But they were not justified in shooting. He was shot the taser, the thing was out, lying on the ground, it wasn't useful anymore.
Well, well, here's my question for you, man. If he didn't run away or didn't pick up the taser, would he still get fired today? I think he would be.
But he didn't die. He died because of the misjudgment by the police. And again,
He died because he ran away from the cop and pointed a taser at
for
him.
whatever reason, this doesn't happen in other countries. It's not one of the same things. Why can't we try it?
So if your country is so nice, do you want, like, why don't you just go there? Why do you come back here?
Well, I think that we should.
That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say.
I care about the people in Texas. I care about their safety too. Everyone is safer. Let's start moving out.
Hey, it was nice having a conversation.
Appreciate you guys chatting, man. That's what we need to see more conversations.
Hey, you have a good day.
You got a dog stuff on you, like right, you guys?
I came across the street, right?
Yeah.
On my own time.
Yeah.
Not on the agro.
Sure. I know how you roll, man. I know how you roll.
The first thing I was met with is a dude in a blue shirt with a big ass, like, big bull mix.
Yeah.
And road. You know, when we start arguing, and then the black boy comes to defend me, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
That's even what this dude said. He was like, yeah, that happened.
and then they start spreading this dumbass lyrics like I don't get fucked up at
around up and literally attacked multiple times. I ain't getting no fucking. I ain't pressing no charges. I ain't got no cops, bro.
Sure.
Fuck out of here, bro.
But your approach, man, I think is very different, which I always appreciate. All the places I've seen you all across the country, man, you've always been open to everybody. Right. Oh no, like I said, I know you. I know how you roll, but I love the way that you're able to engage in combo. You know what I mean? That's what we need. So Beethoven. So yeah, there's like I said, there's streamers on both sides that are out here documenting what's happening, and they've got their own experiences, things like that. I'm gonna swing around this one real quick.
Also, please follow the law orders of police officers.
But if you see this the intersection of Bellvview Way, Northeast 8, right above me over here. Back over here, you got the SPD and VPD, which for you guys that are out of town, it's Seattle Police Department, Bellvview Police Department. And then you got the block as well on the corner over here. So, I was getting jammed into that fence. Get off that wall. We got a puppy. Go look at how the dog. What's your dog's name?
Fertilin.
Fertilin?
Fertilin.
Fertilin.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it right. I got close. Fertilin?
Yes.
Fertilin. What's that mean?
Germany. I don't know.
Das ist gut, meine Freunde. That's about all I got from high school German. Did I just jump across the street? If I did, I'm sorry. Get away from the crosswalk, Fertilin. Oh, okay. That was good. Trust me, I don't know what I'm scared of.
Clothing in hours of darkness. Difficult to see if there's something ongoing taking us. Please get out of the roadway onto the sidewalk.
Got the L right here, the little block. Which for those that don't know, again, rock shit on it. This is a long-range acoustic device right here, which they've used. Now, typically out here in Washington, you see it used for crowd control, which is just going to be for announcements. But in most places that you go, this is going to be used as an actual crowd deterrent. So, like that speaker on the top.
These First Amendment expression rights for the safe and peaceful. We have the
It's actually super loud, and it sends out like
to create distance between two groups opposing each other.
my God, good looking. Thank you very much. That's love right there. I'm thirsty as hell. One of our peeps showed up here and dropped off some water, which is awesome. What you guys think of what's going on here? That was amazing. Good looking out, seriously. Just to prove it, I'm actually hydrated. I think that's gonna believe me, but so let's switch folks. There we go. My drinks in.
All right. We are just over the hour mark, and I think everything's going to end peacefully here. So I'm going to go ahead and start bringing this down to a wrap. CJ's putting his tripod away, signing that he's getting ready to wrap up too. Again, thanks CJ Media, CJ TV, and we will be having him as a guest of the show talking about his experiences in Portland last year, his experiences in Seattle, right here in Bellevue as he was tonight. And we'll talk about Kenosha, Wisconsin, as CJ was the one that caught the footage of Kyle Rittenhour's. It still makes me shiver thinking about that night. So thank you. Hey, Salty Granny, would you consider being a moderator as well with Carpe? So If nobody, if Carpe isn't in here, we got somebody to take a kind of a grasp over the chat, so to speak. All right. Oh, so we've had a lot happening today. In Israel, there we go. We have a new moderator. In Israel, there are conflicts going on between the Palestinians and the Israelis, as Israel is beginning to reclaim all of Jerusalem, including the East Jerusalem sector that is has been the Palestinian sector. There have been protests over evictions, is what they're calling, as they are removing Palestinians from homes in that area gradually. And there have been rocket launches from the Palestinian side, not very effective. There have been missile launches from the Israeli side, incredibly effective. And before we go, and I'm going to go back to CJ here, as he's kind of getting in the middle of this. Is this guy naked?
Please be safe. Be mindful of the traffic going on Bellvview and
Okay. All right. Good. Hopefully they won't. Hopefully they're leaving, and they won't be leaving for destructive purposes. Okay. I imagine they will be followed by police to make sure they disperse. There we go. Gonna follow them just to make sure there's no trouble, and follow them in mass as they have been. CJ goes with them. We'll stay on for a bit.
You got more cranks and wheels than you had a freaking sign. For my phone, my live stream, camera for backup, just in case. Battery pack. And just in case I feel the business, I want to talk to somebody. Jeez, bro. And I can get above everybody. I carry mine in my bag, but I might as well. No, yes, no. I give you a look. What else? Great line. I'm gonna follow this guy. She said, "Your courage, sir." I've been hit by a car. That's once you get hit by a car, that's all it takes. That's my man driving a full road. I see how every day. He's taking camera back.
Oh, I got hit by a NASCAR when I was covering the Brickyard 400 in Indianapolis in the pits. It was only going about 30 miles an hour, but still, it came flying around the corner. Terry Labonte was the guy driving it. I was video still photographer and reporter. So you probably read some of my stuff in some areas that where they don't credit the writer. It's just considered like Yahoo Sports or something. Yeah, Granny, I got hit in what's known as Gasoline Alley at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Terry Labonte was pissed off, and he was trying to get back to his garage and came around the corner too fast, and I couldn't jump fully out of the way, but I got out of the way enough. He just clipped me with the left fender. Oh, I'm not, Carpe, I'm not paying any attention. I just glanced over. I glanced over and I see you in blue and I see Granny in blue. I'm more focused on what's going on screen, honestly.
It's an interesting procession, though. It's interesting to hear the girl inside. She was like, I don't know what that was. Hey.
Well, you two ladies can handle Jimmy if it's necessary.
I'm gonna pause this for a second, guys. I just need to check my battery life real quick. We're doing all right. So you can see an equal amount of police presence on both sides of the road. But it looks like you got, okay, so to identify what's going on, you got Bellvview police over here. I'm not sure exactly which officers over on that side over there, if that's BPD or if it's SPD, but it's
Granny, the night race in Bristol is one race I was never able to get to. Always loved watching it on TV. Bristol, the little short track, is incredible racing. Ooh.
good job, man. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you. Hey, Ray, thank you very much. You said you're using umbrellas and it's not raining.
Oh, T-Rex, I've just
Real confident.
I've been able to do a lot of different things. Yeah, I was in journalism and I've worked on radio and I ran for office. I've done a lot of different things.
Excessively large. And I'm just going to say it's valid. I'm just going to say it. Everyone's thinking it. If I think it, I have one that is quite tall. You're not helping your case, bro.
To make it clear, I wasn't involved in racing. I was there as media. I sold 30-second video clips. I sold still pics, and I sold writing to electronic media.
The voting rights do not include violations of law. Thank you for your cooperation in moving to the sidewalks.
Yeah, those wheels get that's quick ass. You guys are hauling ass. Oh, just as you say that, I stepped crooked on this curb. Damn near broke my ankle. Fucking Jay over here cursing, jinxing me. Big shout out to Bard's Eye though. You guys, if you want some great photography or videography, Bard's Eye. Go ahead and have him come and film your events and photograph your occasions. I just gave you a whole new catch slogan, bro. You're welcome. Oh, that's much better than mine. All right, you win. You win. Totally win. I said so, you know.
Quoting Queen.
Right here for that one, though.
Yeah. Fat bottom girls, get on your bikes and ride. Yes, I do not own the copyright to that song. And I did not sing it, I spoke the lyrics.
Oh, I gotta hit the crosswalk. Sorry. I'm not kidding. So for those that are just tuning in, last time we were out here at the same intersection, you had all of Bellview getting looted about a year ago. This entire side of the street over here was just getting demolished. Like every single store was getting looted. You had a SWAT team out here, and you had a large group of people here in the middle of this intersection. Actually, an SUV tried to drive through the crowd right here. That's what sparked a lot of the tear gas. And then, there's some squeaky wheels. But then the rest of the night was just tear gas and pepper bullets the whole night. But I tell you guys what, I just found that footage that I had on my GoPro. I don't know if I had the live stream running the entire time, but I'll post that up here this week. I'll try to. Emma, you're welcome.
Yeah, Jimmy, we'll talk about that another time.
Anybody hit the button? I think somebody hit the button. I think we were at one hit button. Somebody hit the button. We're good. Hey, Chuck Field over there on YouTube. Thank you for that contribution. Making it happen. Much appreciated, you guys. Again, all the contributions, donations, support, and supporters. You guys make all this possible for you out here. What? Let's hit pause on this march. Let's look at this pup here. What kind of dog you got here, bud? Man, I got a Cocker Spaniel Shih Tzu at home, man. I bet. No? Well, he's a little freaked out right now.
Well, yeah.
You're a little fella. I get it. Hey, dog, what's up?
You got blue lights all around him and people and bicycles. So, once again, thank you all for watching. Going to put a wrap on this episode and be monitoring what's going on in Jerusalem. If it continues to escalate, it's already a very dangerous situation, but it's a potentially world-changing situation if it tips much more toward violence. So, love y'all. Thank you all very much for watching. Greatly appreciated. Hit the subscribe, hit the notification, like, share, And thank you all in the comments. Special thanks to Carpe. Mwah. Salty Granny, thanks for taking a wrench. And don't hesitate to use it on somebody's head if necessary in the future. I love y'all. It's a dark world. Try to be a light. If you want to help support the show, $ American Doofus, all one word, AMERICANDUFUS. And the same thing, American Doofus, all one word, at gmail.com. If you want to message me. Of course, yes, special thanks to you, Socks and Jimmy and Knuckles and T-Rex. Special thanks to all of you out there watching. We will be back soon. Until next time, it is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus.